welcome to the No Life Gaming Show. How's everyone doing? Hope you all had a wonderful little Easter, little Easter bunny baskets. Hope you guys did some egg coloring, ate some good food, relaxed. Remember to hit up our website, nolife.digital. Just check it out, man. We added a couple new sections. There's a crypto section. We're adding that drug section once we get a couple more articles on that, as well as the podcast section where you can see all of our past audio podcasts. You can also subscribe to us over on iTunes, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Radio, all the good stuff. If you ever miss a video, you want to see past videos, click the video section, and we got them all covered for you here. Or you could just hit up our YouTube channel. It's all there as well. And yeah, make sure you're just following us over there and on our social media at No Life Digital everywhere: Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. So we got a bunch of gaming news to talk about, and we've also got some what we've been playing, and then we'll get out of here. There's nothing too crazy going on. So without further ado, let's bring on the co-hosts. What's up, co-hosts? How was your Easter? Did you guys have a good one?
Oh, it was pretty chill. I just hung out with the family for a little bit at lunch. That's about it.
Same.
Yeah, I did that last week. So this week was like, oh, okay. Was gonna originally go to girlfriend's family, but like half of them ended up having.
I think Jerry's been having modem issues. He's been having modem issues, so you might see that a lot from Jerry.
He's just frozen, looking down in horror.
But we know he had a good Easter.
Yeah, my whole Easter weekend was crazy.
It was crazy?
Did Dungeons and Dragons for a party of like 12 people that had never played before. Saturday was Passover, so we did Passover up in North Jersey.
Oh, I forgot.
And then Sunday for
I forget.
Easter we just did we grilled hot dogs and hamburgers because half my family's Jewish and the other half is Christian.
Yeah, that's always fun, right? You got all those fucking holidays that you get to fucking celebrate.
Yeah, except the awkward ones like Easter, when like the Jewish half is like, I don't know.
They're just like,
Dude,
I don't know what to celebrate.
I'm not saying it's a stereotype because it's not, because they honestly, literally, the tradition is they go see a movie and get Chinese food on Christmas. That's what they do.
yeah. Oh wait, all Jewish people do that?
No, that's the stereotype. My family lives the stereotype.
All right.
Oh,
No.
all Jewish people go get Chinese takeout and see a movie on Christmas?
Let's be honest. It happens a lot.
One of my good, like when I grew up, like he was like my neighbor friend. Like, you know, you have like that neighbor friend, not really your friend, but he's your neighbor. So he has to be your friend just by association. He was also half Jewish, half Christian. And he did Hanukkah and he did Christmas. And I was always like, damn, dude, you're always getting out of class, out of school. You're always getting shit. Bar mitzvahs, Christmases. Like, I was super jealous. And then I grew up and I realized it's all bullshit anyway.
So he wasn't even really your friend. He was just your friend by location.
Yeah.
By friend via convenience.
Yeah, he's friend by convenience, exactly. He's actually doing pretty well for himself lately. But go figure, he's half Jewish, you know. They all seem to be pretty successful. All right, let's get into it. What we've been playing, I want to talk about it. We got FarCry 5 up on the menu. Actually, probably should wait for Jerry to get back. All right, we won't start with FarCry 5. We'll start with Fortnite and PubG Mobile. I just want to quickly touch on this. Fortnite has been opened up on iOS for everyone, which is dope. You don't have to wait for no codes. I never got a fucking code to play Fortnite Mobile, which was stupid. Don't even offer them if you're not going to fucking give them out. But the wait's over. You can just go download it. And I've been playing lots of it on mobile. It's dope. It's really, really dope being able to play Fortnite and PubG on your cell phone. And they run great. The controls, of course, are going to be a little bit hard to kind of get into because it's on your phone. But once you kind of master it down, it kind of becomes second nature. And I can't wait for them to open up controller support. That way you can really have like a mobile PubG Battle Royale kind of game machine. It's the full game. The servers are a little wonky. You can jump into other servers. Like if you want, you can jump into PC servers, I believe. And if you're a PC, you can jump into mobile servers, but that's up to you if you want to do that. But what I really wanted to touch on is that, dude, I think this is like what's really going to start to bring on mobile gaming in a way that we really haven't seen it done before. Like Crossy Road, for example, super simple, press one button kind of game. You know, Flappy Bird is the same kind of way. Super Mario Run, same kind of thing. But I think these are gonna really start to show people that you can have pretty complex games on these devices, and they'll run great, and you can really attract a large audience and make some money if you're a developer. And I can't wait to see it. Essentially, my dream is to have a Switch, but it's my phone. You know what I mean? And I can just either have like little Joy-Cons that I can connect to my phone, or just use the screen if it becomes good enough. But that's my dream. I would love to just have like all of my consoles library on my phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. You would still have to have some kind of docking station, like the Switch, where you could dock it into your television or something like that.
For sure. But how dope would that be?
I mean, it would be kind of cool. I would enjoy it, but I don't know. I think a purist, like elitist video game elitist or whatever would never go for it because, you know.
Well, what if there was a way that, like, say 5-10 years from now, the technology on mobile is just like the consoles. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's really hard to kind of tell the difference. Like right now, the Switch and the iPhone 10, the iPhone 8, I would say the iPhones are more powerful than the Switches. You know, it's just spec wise. So if I could dock my fucking phone into a thing and just play on a controller through HDMI, you know, you get whatever 1080p, 60 frames per second, you get all that good stuff. I think that would be really cool, and I'm not sure why no one has tried tapping that market. Maybe they have, and I just haven't paid attention to it. But Fortnite and PubG now being fully accessible on mobile, I think is going to really help push that charge. Is it going to, replace consoles? I don't know. Is it going to replace the Switch? Probably not. But that would be my dream, to have like a whole console system just on your phone. I think that would be really dope. Now, in terms of like gameplay wise, there are changes to Fortnite Mobile and PUBG Mobile. The biggest change to them is aim assist. They turn aim assist on, and while it doesn't necessarily mean like it's a lot easier to play, it's also a lot easier to play. Like, it's just that aim assist, I think, is needed because you're using your phone as a controller, and it is a lot wonkier. So it's like, if you're looking at this image on the screen, that bottom right-hand corner is how you aim. You kind of just drag around that area, right? Now you'll see there's two buttons. There's a jump button, a crouch button, and then there's a button to the left, which is like your inventory button. And it's very easy to accidentally touch those buttons. But not only that, the way you aim is by like holding on to that right area and dragging your finger around. And the way you shoot is by tapping that area. So I think they're going to need to figure it out. I think PUBG does it a lot better. The controls of PUBG feel a lot better. It also it just feels like it's more tuned to your mobile phone, because Fortnite's pretty quick, and you need to be like you have to have really good reflexes to play Fortnite, where PUBG is a lot slower. It's a lot more methodical. There's a lot more emphasis on tactics and like slow aiming. So I find myself playing PUBG Mobile a lot more. Because it's like they built it. It's a standalone mobile game, where Fortnite seems more like a port, which they did do a good job on, but the controls are just a little bit harder to get down because it's so much of a faster game.
I don't know, man. Like, even though it is a fast game, I feel like for a mobile game, the games would be too long, like 30, 45 minute games. You know what I mean? Especially, and I can't imagine how much it drains your battery.
Well,
playing like that.
Yeah, last night when I played before bed, I think a match was probably like 20 minutes long, which is long for a mobile game for sure.
PUBG?
No, Fortnite.
Okay.
PUBG, it's probably same amount. It'll probably take you same amount, maybe even longer. But that is kind of expected with PUBG. With Fortnite, it's a little bit quicker, but it's still around 20 minutes. And I would say, I think I started off at 75%, and when I was done playing in that 20 minutes, I was down to like 59%. And I have like I have an iPhone 8 Plus, which is it's got a nice battery and it's a newer phone. So I can assume if you're playing on an older iPhone, it's probably going to drain it a lot faster, especially if you've used your iPhone a lot. So yeah, that's definitely a consideration, like if you're around like 40%, can you get through a full match without charging? I don't know. You're cutting it close,
And also, are you at home?
Yeah, exactly. You're cutting it close.
That's the thing about phone games, though. I've never found them to be fun enough that I want to play them at home. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel like there's a different game that I'd rather be playing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I would play Fortnite on my phone over just playing Fortnite on whatever console I have it on or whatever your PC or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, so we ruled that out for me. So then it would just be playing when I'm not at home. And it sounds like it would literally like butt fuck my battery.
Yeah, it will. If you're at 100% and you play a full match of either PUBG, it seems like PUBG's optimization's a little bit better. It doesn't drain your battery as much as Fortnite does. There's also some glitches going on Fortnite. But I would say if you're at 100%, you play a full match, you're probably down to like 70% for one match. And that's, like I said, that's like 20 minutes. Now, that's cool, but when is your phone, always at 100%? It's never, you know what I'm saying? You're usually at like 70 to 40%. And in those situations, on your commute home, can you get a full match in and not kill your battery? Plus, you're going to be getting notifications and shit, and that does distract your gameplay. Like, yeah, I've had it happen to me last night where you get an email and your game just kind of freezes for a second until you deal with that notification.
It kind of just freaks out on you.
So you're just like, all right, I'm in top 15, getting down to the wire. That can't be happening. That all said, I'm super impressed with the future of mobile gaming, and I think I'm in the minority where I really want to see where mobile gaming goes. I love the Switch, but if you can get it in my fucking phone, I would be even more pumped. And I think we're getting there.
I'm not gonna lie, I have 0 mobile games on my phone.
You don't have Crossy Road?
Oh my god!
What are you doing?
I have one mobile game on my phone.
When they pick us up when we're sponsored by Crossy Road, I'll start playing Crossy Road. It looks like such an amazing game that I'm missing out on. But yeah, I have 0 games on my phone. I don't have any games on my phone.
I have the Fire Emblem Heroes, and that's it. And I only play it in bed like 20 minutes before I sleep.
Yeah. Well, I know my cousin, for instance, he doesn't have any consoles. He has a PC, but he's not really a gamer. But he plays, it's like a Dota 2 or League of Legends, but it's the phone version. And it's actually fucking pretty cool. It's it's legit like the same game.
It's the one by Tencent, isn't it?
Yeah.
League of something.
Yeah.
And they have like a bunch of different heroes. Like they have Lubu and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like a full-fledged MOBA game, and it's pretty dope. And he plays that all the time. Now his phone, he's been playing for years now. His phone doesn't last more than an hour because he's completely raped his battery. But he had when he's playing, he'll have he has to be plugged in when he's playing, and I'll touch his phone and it's smoking hot. So that's not good. But he also has an older device. I don't know if the newer devices help it out. But those are that's the market that I think that's the market I think the Switch is trying to appeal to. It's like that type of gamer. And I still don't think it's going to be enough to get someone like him to pick up a Switch. So I would like to see companies like Tencent just focus a little bit, or not even Tencent, but like AAA companies focus a little bit more on mobile titles. And if someone could release a docking system or a controller system where you could play straight up console games on your phone, I think that would be really popular because there is I I know for a fact there's a lot of people that would buy those games on their phone where they don't have a PS4, they don't have anything else. They're not really gamers, you know. But if they see me playing it, they might check it out and they get into it. Like Kate always plays those Words with Friends and those like friend social games, and I think they captured a lot of that market, and you can exploit that market, you know, in a cooler way with better games. And I think Fortnite and PUBG being taking the helm there, so it's super interesting. And PUBG and Fortnite, even looking at mobile in that sense, it just shows that there is a market there is power there and money to be made if you're a developer. So hopefully it starts to attract more talent. All right, moving on to FarCry. I guess we're just gonna have to say goodbye to Jerry here. Hopefully he'll be back.
Well, I mean, I could talk real quick about something I've been playing.
All right, go ahead.
For some reason, I had a wild bug up my ass, and I picked up 2K18.
Damn, dude.
And I've been playing 2K18, so I don't
Throwing
really.
in those dunks.
Yeah.
Throwing those picks.
I've been doing the my career thing, which is it's fun, but it's fun until you realize that it's really pay to win.
Yeah, like all of those games.
Have you played 2K18?
No, I haven't played any 2K games for the last 2-3 years, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, on the my career thing, they have that little storyline, by the way, which is kind of odd, but whatever. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess. But they do this thing where to upgrade your stats, you have to use these things called V coins, right? And you earn V coins by winning games and your performance in the games and all that. But you can also, of course, you can buy V coins with money.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So you can start up. You're in the storyline in the career mode. You're supposed to start up off of like a street b-ball type scenario, like you're just a walk-on. So your initial overall rating is a 60, and you're supposed to work your way up. Or you can just buy $50 worth of V coins and automatically boost your character up to 85% or 85 overall. It's not even 99 overall. The whole point of the mode is road to 99. So yeah, that was really disappointing when I figured that out. Really,
I started from 60 and I made my way to 85 with a little bit of financial help from my pops.
Well,
Yeah.
is there an incentive to actually spend money, or
you don't have to, but I mean, a lot of the my career mode. All right, so in the my career mode, you can walk around this street that basically has all the stuff on it. Like it has like the store you can go into to buy clothes, or the place you can get tattoos or haircuts, the training center, the practice court, all that, your house, whatever. It's all on this one street. And at the end of the street is like a park type place. Now there's people walking all up and down the street, like play your characters, like other people. You're like in this hub and you're walking around and you see everybody else's rating, and you can go to the park and you can, just play pickup basketball. And that's also how you improve your stats. But, and there's also an AmPro league that you can join and increase your stats like that.
And you won't be able to compete with them unless you pay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You can't compete with them because everybody I know I'm late to the game, but I will get in a game and they incentivize you to create more than one character, because, you create your character and you have a certain style or position you want to play. And if you want to play a different position, you pretty much got to start over. So I made my character, and like I saw this one guy, he made it about the same time as me, and he went from 60 to like 85 immediately. So, I mean, you can't go all the way up to 99 like that, or at least I don't think you can. You might be able to, but I don't think you can. I think you have to play like on the park and shit like that a lot to get your rating up to 99 overall. It just let me down a little bit, to be honest with you. Even though, I mean, what can you expect from a sports game? Yeah. Really, like the most atrocious, fucking nasty, paid DLC and microtransactions, they're almost always in sports games, if you haven't noticed that.
Yeah.
It seems like that demographic is completely okay with just paying actual money to, get that boost or get that little extra.
Yeah. No, that's the worst part about like Madden's Ultimate Team, UFC's Ultimate, like any of the Ultimate Team series, because that's the best mode. It's that mode. And if it was just straight up, you have to prove yourself and use your skills to gain that stuff, it's cool, but that's just not how it is. You got to pay to compete. You know what I mean? Because you're just not going to be able, just the AI just doesn't, I don't care how good you are, the AI is going to drop those balls. It's going to fucking miss those goals, and it's going to fucking miss those shots unless you have a certain skill cap. It's just like a randomly generated fucking number that goes in when you make a shot or when you throw a pass or something. So you need those stats to compete against people like that, and that's what sucks about them. They rake it in on all of those Ultimate Teams, and I'm sure 2K18 is no different.
Yeah, 2K18 also has an Ultimate Team mode where you collect cards.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They just took a page right out of the EA book.
Yeah. Now I will say the racing, at least from like the racing sim genre, you need to pay to get like new cars, right? You'll pay kind of like how the fighting game genre is, where you have to pay for new fighters. You have to pay for new cars, and I don't really have a problem with that because the level of, I guess, developing that goes into making a new car and how it kind of moves and how the torque feels and all that stuff. There's a lot of manpower behind that. Just like when you create a new character for a fighting game, you need to make sure that all the systems are balanced and stuff. So it like in that sense, it doesn't seem too bad. But when you're talking about just straight up like NFL, NBA, NHL, all those kind of sports games where it's really just stats, then it's just like, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? What's the point?
Yeah, I can definitely find the reasoning behind charging for cars because, like you said, I was about to equate it to fighting game characters, but you went there already. But yeah, it's pretty much the same in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. So Far Cry 5. Let me bring up some footage that we have here. This game, I am both impressed by, but also kind of disappointed by. It's not the be-all, end-all Far Cry game that we expected it was going to be. But it's fucking super fun, man. It is super fun. What I love about Far Cry 5 is its world and its story. So essentially, the first fucking mission is insane. And you get into this cult. You're supposed to go and take down the cult leader. And then all hell breaks loose. But you're thrown into like the deep south, fighting against this really religious cult. And there's a lot of crazy shit that goes on. But what's cool about it is that before you fight the main cult guy, he has like a family that you kind of need to go after. So he has a brother, John Seed, and then there's Faith, which is like this healer woman. And then there's another crazy guy who's like the security guy. And there's three crazy personalities that you interact with, and they all control different what would you say, different areas?
Regions.
Different regions.
Okay, and by the way, it's Montana.
Oh, it's Montana?
It's Montana, not the deep south.
Oh, I thought it was I had no idea where it was. Oh, he's back. So you've been playing on PC. I've been playing on Xbox One X. So, all right. What would you say is the best part of the game? Because have you played other Far Cry series?
I played 3 a bit, and I played like most of the others, but the 3, this one, and Blood Dragon are the only ones I bought.
Yeah, 3 I think was the best one.
Do you quick question?
I literally only bought it because of Blood Dragon.
Quick question.
The name Blood Dragon?
No, dude. Have you played that game? That game's great.
Yeah,
oh no, the 80s thing?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I was about to say, real question is, do you like Far Cry 5 better than Blood Dragon?
Actually, possibly. to be honest, because I'm really liking Far Cry 5. There's definitely things I hate about it,
Yeah.
but for the most part, it's a pretty solid game. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah. The biggest problem I have with it, because this, like I said, the story and the ambiance of everything and the way that you have to go after these certain regions and there's just so much variety in the world, like what you can do to go after these missions is awesome. But dude, the AI is so bad. It's just so bad. The enemy AI is terrible and your character, your like teammates AI is just so bad.
Yeah, the AI is not great. I'm wondering if it's a little bit of a difference between PC and console. And I'm basing that off of it seemed better for me playing it than anything I've watched, and everyone I've seen it from has been from like PS4 Pro, pretty much. And like the AI in that's a joke. And I think the difficulty matters a lot because like this is an easy game. There's just no beating around the bush. I'm playing the entire game on hard. It's a fucking easy game.
Yeah.
But,
I think the allure of Far Cry games aren't really challenged. It's just like, what cool shit can I do?
Dude,
it's kind of like the Just Cause type game. Yeah,
exactly.
But what I like about Just Cause is that the world kind of understands that, and they give you a bunch of crazy shit to do to kind of accentuate that. Where it feels like the story and the actual gameplay of it are a little bit disconnected, and then the AI just kind of they're just kind of just like NPCs with guns. They just kind of trot around, like there's no strategy to how they try to kill you, or like you can go in guns blazing every time and wipe them out 5-star every single time. It's that easy.
Everything's a defense mission.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
but,
and then like even like the plane missions and the, the other crazier missions, they're just so easy. It's just so easy to just fly through this game.
I mean,
what about when you're defending a grave?
Yeah, dude, that pissed me off so fucking much. Because most of my problems with this are story based, actually. Because like there are times and there are some characters that are really good. They're written fantastically, and then like in comparison, other zones and other characters are fucking jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't even mean that as in like a haha, it's funny. It's like, no, like this is a fucking pointless character. I hate this story arc.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the bosses, because like since you have so much free will in what you're doing, the game suggests you should go to John Seed's region first. And I think that's intentional because his story is a hell of a lot more compelling than any of the others.
Yeah, I went to John Seed's first, and then I made my way over to Faith, and I love John Seed's story,
Same.
like the way that he uses like propaganda and it's just super interesting, and it you can relate it to what's going on,
It made sense. It worked. Like most of the stuff felt believable towards what the game was going at. Like his story is really fucking good. Faith's was what the fuck.
Yeah.
There were times where it was good, and then there were times it was just fucking stupid. Jacob's up north, because I went the same route and I did Jacob last. His is a mix between the two, where it's like it's a little bit better, but still kind of really fucking stupid.
Here's by the way,
it's not as bad as Faith's. I'm sorry, Faith's story was like, it was just fucking stupid. Like there were times it was really cool, but there because her entire story is based off of this bliss drug, which to me, I kind of hate it, dude. Because like they started it off really strong with a really cool, compelling story with John Seed and Joseph. Like those two characters are fantastic, and it's a strong story that's believable, you can get behind, and are like you find compelling. And then you get to this other region where it's just like, no, dude, it's because we invented this wonder drug that we're now like a hive mind bullshit that I rip you out of and control you with. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, it gets like fantasy world shit, and it just kind of pulls you out of the reality of the situation. Because the set is so it's just so like beautiful, and it just, you want to kind of play around it, and you want to believe that you're really fighting against this cult, and then all of a sudden you're marked, and then they shoot bliss drugs at you, and then you're tripping out in one scene, and it's just like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like even her as a character is still pretty good. I wish they would have done a lot more with her, because I'm trying not to get into spoilers and stuff too. Like I don't know, like is at the end of her zone, you do find out like snippets that you could piece together why everything's so messed up, but like there's never an answer or anything like that, obviously. But it's just like little kind of hints where you're like, oh, I wish you would have gone deeper into that. You know what I mean? Like there's little definitely like snippets in her boss fight and things like that where you're just like, okay, you could have like used this to make a much more compelling character than just drugs.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because like the whole homeopathic thing, you know, anti-vaccine stuff could have played a role, but I also don't want to kind of take away from that it is a FarCry game, and they always have been a little bit more theatrical and you know, fantastical with their approach, and they do kind of keep the same thing here. One of the things that one of the reviews that I read from, I think it was Polygon.
Oh, he ripped into it. He hated the story.
And I can see his point. He wanted more of a realistic attack on kind of, you know,
which in the game's defense was never going to happen. You like, if you're trying to make a mass marketed game, you don't do that. But I think because I read that article too, and I do get his points. Like some of his points are cool. Where like, yes, I would like to see more of a actual realistic story, but also like commentary on what's happening in the world. At the same time, they're a bunch of fucking Canadians.
It's like it's FarCry though.
Exactly. Like it's a FarCry game made by a team in Montreal. Like, sorry, if you're expecting like high level political commentary on the nation of the United States, like,
yeah.
I mean, the thing is like, if you've played any Far Cry past 3, you should already know, like, it's not really, it's like an action movie. That's what you're playing. Yeah. You're playing an action movie. You're not playing some kind of deep thinking, like metaphorical, you know, piece of art. You're just playing a game where you shoot shit in cool ways and you have a couple of cool characters.
That's what kind of makes it harder with this one though, and I can see why he went that way, because especially at the beginning, they try, like they flirted with that idea of trying to make it deeper. Some of the storylines in this like are a little bit deeper in that idea of like trying to make you think. Like I will say, like there was a couple of boss fights that like basically, okay, I finished this region and I basically just stopped playing for the day and was just like, huh. Like, because they did try to go a little bit deeper, I think, this time, at least at the beginning of the game, than they usually do.
Yeah, well, the other Far Cry games, the regions were just so kind of, they didn't feel very based in reality, where this one, it feels pretty real, and you know, like it just feels a lot realer. But then again, you get into some of these missions and some of these set pieces, and it kind of just becomes a little bit more theatrical and cinematic, and you realize it's not really going to be some political commentary. And that's kind of like, you don't really expect that with a Far Cry game. So when you see reviews like that, it's kind of just like, you can't base it on what you wished it was. You need to base it upon what it is. And I can understand a lot of the faults on the AI. In my opinion, that's the worst part of the game. It's just, the AI is just so dumb. None of the enemies feel like they ever really know what they're doing. They just kind of blindly just rush at you. And I remember someone saying like,
and your side too, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah.
Someone said like the reason being is that they're brainwashed. It's like, that's not an excuse. Like, I don't remember who I was talking to, but
Jacob's region, and you're like, yeah, they are brainwashed. They're also brainwashed to literally be like super soldiers. They have combat training.
Yeah,
like
none of the AI works together in any way. It's just like, they're just crazy. There are glitches. And that's my biggest problem with the game. I love the fact that it is based in this awesome world, and you're liberating these cult people, and you're trying to get this town out of this fucking cult.
It feels
and
kind
it's
of
fun.
realish too. Like there's something that I've actually really enjoyed is there's like they hit a very good balance of the amount of NPCs there are, like both good and bad. Like when you're just driving down the road, you're pretty much always going to find people you can rescue, which to me seems kind of realistic, because like the idea is this cult's trying to take over, so they're literally stopping every car, and you notice it, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's definitely not a perfect game, but
And there's definitely big problems with it story wise, because I'm still pissed off about that fucking AI shit, or not the AI shit, the fucking graveyard shit. Sorry, some of the characters, like I said, are so fucking stupid. Grace, I love Grace as a character, but if this was real life or anything close to that, I would never fucking talk to Grace, because Grace is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Like, how close are you to? Have you beaten it yet? I have not beaten it yet. I probably have another 4 or 5 hours. Like, I'm not that far away.
I have just the final boss fight. Like I have all the regions unlocked, so I just haven't done the Joseph stuff.
And here's a scene that I'm playing where you kind of get captured, and it's just like the cinematic sort of torture scene that's super dark. Well, it feels like it's going to be a torture scene. And then again, they shy away from it, and then it kind of goes into something crazy fucking bliss-induced mania thing. And then it's just like if you see a game like Grand Theft Auto 5, where they just fucking balls to the wall, push the boundaries on every little piece in that game, every cinematic, you don't know what's around the corner. That feels more like a real action movie to me than Far Cry does. This one is just, it feels like they just pull back just a little too much on really going the extra mile to either delving you deeper into the scenery or the ambiance of the game, or just like bringing the characters more alive. And then you're just set with like rocket launchers, helicopters dude, there's been many missions where you could just get in a helicopter and just blow the whole town open, and you liberate the area. And it's that easy. Like, you're not dying. You're not dying. You have to actively work your way into losing in this game, which is sad because a lot of the other Far Cry games are pretty difficult,
If you turn the difficulty all the way up, it's not as easy, but it's still pretty fucking easy.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we see some DLC that adds a little bit. Now, did you hear there was like a Trump mission? Someone said there was a Trump.
No, there is. Yeah, I did it.
Mission.
He's got it's never said Trump. It's just a bumbling idiot who at first I actually thought was like a fake CIA person, and you're never like revealed if they are or are not, but basically it's just a bumbling idiot on his phone all the time, like, hey dude, I got a call from the big chief. He's got a secret tape out there, and you just gotta steal it back. The dude's already dead, and it's got like a fake note from Russia on it. Like, oh yeah, this is the only tape in existence, and we hid it like where you'd never be found in fucking Montana.
See, that shit's funny to me. Like, that's kind of like the Grand Theft Auto type of mission.
Yeah,
that you'd expect,
And like the testy festy shit like that.
Yeah,
like
the testy festy. Yeah,
they got decent funny ones. It's more some of the serious ones where they're just like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, that, and then there's just a bunch of just filler missions where it's just liberate, save 15 people, blow up 5 trucks. It's just like, come on.
Yeah, but I'm honestly was okay with those type of filler missions, because like that fits the theme. You know what I mean? Like thematically, that makes sense, at least to me, where you're like, okay, you're trying to liberate a region. Like that's more of a side mission where like, hey dude, you should, if you're trying to liberate this region, you should probably like stop that dude who's getting murdered on the street you're driving by.
Yeah.
Like that made more sense.
I just wish there was just more to it.
Yeah.
I just wish there was just
some
more.
of it. I definitely wish that too. And also I wish that it was harder to liberate a region.
Yeah.
I think you need to do more. Yeah, I get what you're saying, that where it's just like even if it means more, like, I mean, to me, I guess, like, to liberate a region, you should have to basically do all the quests. You have to do all the story quests. You have to do like the like liberate all the towns or whatever and stuff like that. Like that makes more sense.
Or
At
like
this point,
try
you
to
don't-
redo the propaganda, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just something else instead of just kill everyone in the area, which is easy
Yeah.
to do because the AI just is stupid.
like you to liberate the regions, you don't have to do all the story missions.
Yeah.
You don't. Like there were two of the regions, like I was trying to just do the story missions and I was still getting the, you know, like the little cutscene things before I was supposed to, basically.
Yeah.
Because dude, if you stop at and help every person on the side of the road, dude, you just go through so much XP. It's kind of stupid.
Now I will say there are paid microtransactions in the game. They don't quite, because I haven't played this arcade mode. Have you?
No.
So supposedly you can transfer all of your perks and weaponry to the arcade mode, which is basically multiplayer. And you can also like create your own maps and game modes and something in arcade mode, which is pretty cool. I haven't played into it yet. I hear it's not that fun. There just hasn't been much there. No one's really creating too much stuff. But I'm
Well,
definitely going to check it out.
I get that too, though. Like, I think that's going to be a thing that'll be. We'll see if it's fun or not in like 2 or 3 weeks. Right now, no one gives a shit about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the past
it's not
FarCry
why you
games
bought Far Cry.
multiplayer has been pretty good. So I could expect this one to be at least solid, you know. I'm definitely interested in it.
But yeah, there are microtransactions which are like they feel weird to me because they try to get you to buy silver bars, but if you're also playing on PC, some of the shit costs points from like the Ubisoft club and
Right.
like shit like that. Like there's like multiple levels of the players club or whatever. Like there's multiple levels of microtransactions. Some of them you can only unlock if you're part of the Ubisoft players club, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And but most of them are the gold bars are spent on weapons, basically, which some of them are better and some of them are worse. So you couldn't say like, yeah, you're buying a little bit of progression, but honestly, you can also just buy through playing the game at like normal money. And dude, money's not an issue in this game,
Yeah.
like at all.
All right. Overall,
The other
overall,
thing too is you can find silver bars just in the towns anyway.
yeah, and you can always sell. Like you find like you can go fishing and shit. You can sell your fish and bear skins and shit, which I find
yeah,
is the
dude.
best way to make money if you're not just
Dude,
doing missions.
Just go to the north and what is it, Jacob's region? Yeah, dude, you'll never have an issue with money because there's just animals everywhere. Just like kill them all and sell their skins. You're rich forever.
Yeah. Overall, it's super fun. It's not what I was hoping it would be, but it's still super fun. I wish there was just a little bit extra to it. And if you're a fan of the Far Cry series, this is definitely a fucking awesome one. Is the villain better than what's his name, Vaz or Vol or whatever his name is? I don't know. I don't know if I could compare the two. They're both kind of different, but I do like the different type of regions and then trying to go against them and then get up to the main guy. I think that's cool.
I like the idea of Far Cry, but this is the first one I've ever really been compelled to actually play all the way through just because of the setting.
Right.
Because like for me, it was always hard to get in. Like the settings, the idea is a neat idea of like, cool, you're gonna go liberate a place, but like, I don't give a shit about most of the places you've been liberating. Like there's not a connection there more than just like a 17-year-old me wanting to go, you know, to fucking Libya and liberate it or some shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I get what you mean. Where like I'm left wanting more, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I definitely want more. And I'm not gonna buy the season pass until I see stuff from it, because I'm also a little bit miffed about that. But we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pick it up. I think once I beat it, I don't think I'm ever gonna play the game again.
Probably. I might play a second playthrough just to see if it's a little bit different, but probably not. Because like the season pass, I think they have 3 DLCs lined up, and I think they could have done something cool with like adding on to the story, make a story DLC. None of them are story DLCs.
Yeah.
It's like
They don't have
Mars-
story deal.
no, dude, it's one's Mars invasion, one's zombies. Like they're all, like trying to be Blood Dragon, basically. It's all
Bro,
just bullshit.
Like I don't understand like why are DLCs so popular now that like they're not story. It's not story. Like I don't give a
ever
shit.
get them. I never get DLC usually. If
Like
it's not story.
I can't even really I think
Blood
Horizon
and
Zero
Wine.
Dawn was the last one.
Blood and Wine, Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, best DLC I've had in forever, dude. You know?
Yeah, like I love story DLC, and that to me that's the only DLC worth a shit.
yeah.
To be honest with you, like I don't want some DLC with like, oh, here's some new guns to fuck around with.
I
Ooh,
don't
here's
think you're
zombie mode. No, I don't really
Maybe you're
want
getting
that.
that, but I don't even think you're getting that, dude. I seriously think it's like one's a zombie mode and one's fucking alien invasion, aka not zombies, but totally zombies mode.
You're getting a couple hours of just bullshit. You know what I mean? Just some filler. And that's the thing with DLC. If you play a game that you like and you expect and you want to buy the DLC, you want to continue that game because you don't want it to end. Like with Witcher 3 and then Blood and Wine came out, it was like, okay, cool. Now we're getting extra Witcher 3 with story and side missions and all that, and that's exactly what it was. And that was probably the last one I bought. That
And they also had Hearts of Stone. Hearts of Stone was really good too, and it was story deal.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we could go on all day about how Witcher 3 is the greatest
Is
game
probably
ever
the best game we'll ever play.
Oh, okay,
Probably-
here you go.
I'll
Here's-
probably pick up
here's
Far
your
Cry
actual
5.
DLC. Dead living zombies, horde after horde of zombies. That's an actual DLC. Lost on Mars, Nick Rye, Mars, alien bugs. Need we say more?
No, you don't have to.
So apparently, you and one of the characters of the game are gonna just go to fucking Mars because.
So
Goes
Nick
Far
Rye,
Cry.
Nick Rye figures out a way to get to Mars on his fucking little
Which
airstrip.
Nick Rye is a great fucking character, but
He was
he's
my
a
favorite so far.
fucking
Like
idiot, dude. Yeah,
like
no,
NPC
he's
was?
hilarious.
he's good.
But I
Doobie.
mean, he is that. He's your generic like nice dumb redneck.
Yeah.
Like that. That's literally who he is.
Doobie,
Yo,
have you played Witcher 3 yet?
not yet.
Come
No,
on,
no.
you gotta
It's on my
get
list.
Witcher 3, dude.
I'll probably pick up Far Cry 5 when they come out with that
Why would you pick up Far Cry 5 when you have Witcher
I-
3 to play?
I said, you didn't let me finish. I said I'll probably pick up Far Cry 5 when they eventually release the collectors, like the collective edition of like all the DLC and stuff for like $40. That's when I'll buy it.
Oh, so you can play this Hours of Darkness DLC where you survive the harsh jungle of Vietnam.
That's kind of
Actually, only if that's like Apocalypse Now.
Battlefield Vietnam is
I mean-
my favorite Battlefield.
Sounds cool, but like, what the fuck does this have to do with cultists in Montana?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's what DLC mostly is these days, man. Just nothing. All right. Moving on
It's not
to
even the same fucking character.
moving on to
It's
gaming news.
One of the random NPCs, like on the side of the road, is going to be your like buddy for this.
Yeah, not buying Far Cry 5 season pass. All right. Sonic releases Rocket League tournament mode patch notes. Okay, what is this, Doobie?
So they added in kind of like how Hyrule Warriors has it, where you can choose between 60 FPS and 30 FPS based on what you want your do you want 1080p? Then you're gonna have to do 30 FPS. If you run 60 frames per second, it's gonna be 900p. So and from what I'm seeing and reading, the game looks a lot better after this update. So
This has been released already?
I believe it's either released or is releasing. I think it's out
10 a.m.
for the for the Switch.
All right, word.
So yeah, man, Rocket League. I like that they're still doing updates to it to make it look better.
They just added some like flower currency, so you can like you'll win, and then you can unlock these currencies, and then you can unlock other shit with it. And I guess this is another thing that they added, so that's pretty cool.
Still, like, probably one of my most played games on the Switch because I can play it in bed.
Yeah, I love Rocket League on the Switch. Plus, there's a video capture mode, which is cool.
Feels bad, man. Though at the same time, my most played game on the Switch is a $10 PC game.
It's so Rocket League's so fucking fun, dude.
That's not a bash on the Switch. That's a praise of Rocket League.
It's so fun.
I know, but
an
it's
addictive game.
just like feels bad, man. I spent $310 to play this in bed.
Hey, it's better than buying it on PC and playing it on PC.
See, I got my PC version gifted to me, so.
All right, what is this? Bill Trinan says some of Nintendo's E3 2018 plans will be revealed this month.
So at some point this month, I'm guessing Nintendo is going to just drop like a short list of things to expect. I mean, we already know that they're going to have the Smash Brothers tournament. So that'll be our first look at Smash Brothers, unless maybe he's hinting at them formally announcing like an actual like trailer that isn't, hey, Splatoon. Maybe some gameplay or something. I don't know. But Nintendo's look out sometime this month for some Nintendo plans for E3. I have a feeling this is going to be a big one for them because it's year 2 now of the Switch, and this is where the Wii U died. We need to see we got Smash Brothers, so that's a big one. But we do need to see a little bit more to solidify year 2.
They just need to show some gameplay at Smash, and it'll be good. Everyone will talk about
confirm that it's a new game. Don't like no more of this like is it or isn't it. Just confirm it.
Yeah.
It's a new game.
That's what I'm feeling, but like there's still people going back and forth about it.
And
They're scared.
I was gonna say we call those people idiots.
They're scared. They're super scared that they're gonna get a fucking port, which wouldn't be bad in my opinion, but
I mean, they do need Smash, but I'm still waiting for the like. Dude, they need like the Dynasty Warriors, Hyrule Warriors shit. Like they need that. They need the game that I could spend 500 hours in bed that isn't Rocket League.
No, Hyrule Warriors port is coming.
I know, but not a port.
You want a new like? I mean, if I were,
I don't even necessarily mean like Hyrule Warriors, but I mean that game that you're like, cool. Can happily dedicate 400 hours of my life to this stupid fucking game.
I would say
like
if they do another
that kind of game,
if they ever did another like Hyrule Warriors kind of like Fire Emblem Warriors, just a Warriors game based on a Nintendo franchise, I would be down to see a Metroid Warriors. Because Samus, there's plenty of enemy types. That'd be a fun game. I'd play that.
Like I seriously, I think if they had that kind of game too, I personally would be a lot more tempted to buy one. They need that game that you're like, cool, like this is my go to sleep game.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Dude, Pokemon, it really is. Like I've put 500 hours in a lot of Pokemon games.
Smash, dude. I'm waiting for the Smash and some like Advance Wars or something.
Smash could be that game too. I think something like that would help them a lot.
If they put Diablo 3 on the Switch.
If they had a Skyrim game that wasn't Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I was kind of like that a lot with Zelda. I played a shitload of Zelda.
Exactly. Like that's what will keep you coming back to a console, in my opinion. Is like that game where you're like, okay, that year was, it was dominated by this, and they need that game to be like, this is what that year was for them.
Yeah, because I'm not really playing Zelda much anymore, or Mario, so they need to kind of pick it back up. But I think once Switch or Smash gets released, they'll have a pretty strong contender, and then whatever other Nindies come along. They need to get Dead Cells on there too. All right, PUBG's new map, which is like a smaller tropical map aimed at Fortnite. I haven't played it. I downloaded it. I couldn't get on the servers. They were just clogged up on the test servers, but I want to check it out. It looks pretty interesting. So it's like this smaller tropical map. Now, when you say smaller, it's not small. Like it's still pretty large map, but it is smaller.
It's Fortnite sized.
Yeah, it's like a Fortnite size map, and which is dope. It just makes it a little bit quicker, bring that circle in a little quicker, and that way you don't have to be waiting 45 minutes to an hour on a match. You can spend 20 minutes.
Well, that's huge for them because that's always been the hit I've had against PubG, and it's in that same vein of like League of Legends, where it's one of those like, it's not fun to play a 15-minute game you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Like no one wants to actually play an hour-long game they're going and like lose it and be like, oh, cool. Versus you can get that same amount of feeling out of a 20-minute game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That was the success of Fortnite. They were like, how much further can we condense? How can we get that battle royale feeling quickly as possible? And they figured it out, and they added some new stuff to it. PUBG, in my opinion, is now trying to catch up to Fortnite, which is super interesting, seeing how the tides have switched. I personally believe PUBG is a much, much better game technically than Fortnite, but I understand its appeal, and I understand that there is a place for that really kind of quick battle royale feeling, and now hopefully this map kind of brings that.
I think Fortnite's technically a much better game because it actually fucking runs.
Well, PUBG runs as well
as good as Fortnite
on PC.
PUBG's no,
maybe not on console, on the phone as well, on mobile.
I think the idea of PUBG is a lot cooler and a lot more fleshed out, but it's still a fucking mess.
Yeah, no, it's not that bad. It's not on PC. It's a different. I don't know what they're doing with the console.
I mean,
they
is
need
a
to fix
experience when you have a 1080 Ti. For all of us regular people, no, it still fucking sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it's gotten a lot better, but it's still like not great.
Well, like I don't know what they're doing with like console.
Yeah, like you'll load up Fortnite and put them like side by side, and you're like, oh, which one has jaggy lines and which one doesn't? Because Fortnite doesn't, you know what I mean? Fortnite's butter, and then PUBG's still like, oh, I ran into a fence post, and well, let's hope my textures continue to keep rendering.
Yeah, no, I agree, but then again, they are different. You know what I mean? Like just the geometry of it all. It's it's like comparing Overwatch and Battlefield 1. So I just don't know what they're doing with optimization. And looking at this kind of like these city parts of this new map, it's like not even done. Like the textures aren't even like put in. I don't know what's going on. I guess they still got a lot of work to do. But they need to figure the optimization out, and they need to figure out console. That's what's going to get them back in the game. Figure out they just forgot about it. They still haven't even added in Miramar on console yet. I don't know what's going on. I guess it was just a cash grab for them. So that's kind of disappointing because I think that would really help them out. Not a lot of people, like you said, don't have a fucking 1080 Ti PC machine that they can rip on PUBG, because that's an ideal way to play it. Where Fortnite, you can load it up on your fucking Xbox and start ripping, and it runs perfectly fine. Trying to compete in that market with these maps, it shows you that they're chasing after Fortnite, but they don't want to fix the fundamental issues that they have with the game, which is optimization, and it's just getting it into people's hands.
I mean, if you turn everything on low, you can still hit 70s for frames per second on those fucking Ryzen APUs with Fortnite.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they need. They need that butter. They need the butter.
I don't even know if they're ever going to be able to do it. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. I think it's always going to just be a fucking janky game. You know what I mean? It's always going to have its... Like right now, it's like even with the 1080 Ti, I'm still having issues with like motorcycles and shit. You just start driving and you'll just fucking fly off the map. They just need to fix that shit. Are they going to? Probably not. All right, here's some depressing news. Yi Hongpeng. What's this guy's name? The streamer? This Chinese guy? The one who his brother attacked his family and killed his mother. Attacked his father as well, but I don't think the father died, if I'm not mistaken. Now, according to this Daily Mail article, a 30-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly murdering his mother and stabbing his father when they tried to console him as he reeled from breaking up with his girlfriend. What? Yihang Pen was arrested on Saturday night after attacking his mother Wai Peng Shen and father Gu Jun, both 59, at his home in San Juan Capistrano, California. Neighbors called police after seeing Peng in the street with a knife in his hand, and it happened to be the streamer's brother, who posted something saying like he's trying to process all this shit because that's insane. You know.
I mean, she's cute, but I don't know if I'd like slaughter my whole fucking family over her.
I don't understand what.
Like, what kind of rationale is that? Like, what?
Dude, fuck that Daily Mail article. No, sorry. Like, okay. Also, when that article first dropped, they just put up pictures of him and this girl, and literally underneath it were like, we're not sure if this is his girlfriend, but he's in a lot of pictures with her. Like, no,
welcome to the Daily Mail.
Yeah, like, fuck you. No, don't be doing that shit and call that journalism. Get the fuck out of here. Like, also, even if that is the case, like, dude, you're still just basically doxing a person's fucking Facebook pictures then. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's a Daily Mail, dude. That's how they operate, dude. They're a bunch of fucking teenagers with a blog. It's insane.
Like I said, I don't know. I mean, stress, I guess, affects everyone differently, but I mean, goddamn.
Nah, this dude's fucked in the head.
Yeah.
He's
Like, I don't.
The guy's name, was it Double Lift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to the dude. Like,
Yeah. It's like,
Oh, this is Double Lift's brother?
yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No, so like I don't really have anything to say because I don't know anything about it, and I don't want to just like be, I don't know, dude. That's just that's not a hot
situation.
where
There's nothing we're gonna be able to add to it. It's just,
Yeah.
I want to, like, if God forbid somehow Double Lift watches this, dude, my heart goes out to you, man.
Yeah,
It's insane.
I mean,
I'm gonna be real with you. Double Lift ain't gonna watch this, but
No, but
it's still fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
The whole
insane.
situation is fucked.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah,
that guy's not had like an easy road to his esports career by any means, and that's
No, Double Lift, no.
because like that's what also even makes all this kind of shit sadder is like I don't even think him and his parents like were on talking terms till like 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Because like for him to go play video games, like he like ran away from home when he was 16.
Yeah, he didn't even graduate high school.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, no,
That
like,
might have saved his fucking life, dude. He could have been in
a
this
lot of
situation.
this shit's hella fucked up, and yeah, so just condolences for the dude, because what the fuck.
Yeah,
He also
that
balled out in a
dude's
couple
just.
games that same day too.
What happened?
He balled out in playoffs, like he was doing good in a playoff game, and then like
Oh, he had,
that night, don't know if he found out that day or that night, but he's got a championship game sometime soon.
Yeah, I don't think you go to that
No.
championship game.
No, I don't think you do either.
Yeah, imagine the fucking. No. All right.
And
moving
like
on.
of all places too, like I feel, I don't know, dude, that's just such a shitty situation. And
Yeah.
like I don't, dude, I feel so bad for him, but I also feel bad for him because, dude, he's a league player. Like of any esport community that I would
Yeah.
not want
I
that
would
to
probably
happen to. It's
I
probably
would probably avoid streaming.
yeah.
Like,
pretty
I can
fucked
only
up.
imagine the memes that are going to be going down in Twitch chat that are going to be completely inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Terrible.
Yeah. That's pretty fucked up.
It is, but you know, that's League of Legends community
Yeah.
coupled with Twitch.
There you go. Moving on. Spider-Man PS4 release date teased. What's the release date?
Well, by the time this, I'm guessing this is coming out, Wednesday now?
No, it'll be released Tuesday.
tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wednesday morning, the digital issue of Game Informer comes out. Their whole big piece this month is all Spider-Man. So the Spider-Man release date, Insomniac said, replying to somebody like asking about the release date, they said 22 hours and like 21 minutes, which was 11 a.m. Wednesday. So when that issue drops, it's going to have the release date. So I'm hoping for July. This seems like a perfect summer game. Show it off at E3 right before it comes out. And the game, if you've seen the gameplay that came out today, which is like maybe like a minute and a half of it, it reminds
I'm
me a
not buying it.
lot of Spider-Man 2 for the PS2, like that, like flying around the open world New York.
Yeah.
We're swinging around more correctly.
Which is really cool for some people, but I don't know. I've never liked any of them, to be honest. They're just not for me. Like some of them have been good games. They're just been like, I don't give a shit about swinging webs around New York, and that's just me.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I liked Spider-Man too, but that was also a while back.
Which shows
So-
you how kind of bad the last couple Spider-Man games have been.
I don't even. You couldn't even pay me to remember any of them, other than Spider-Man 2 being the last one.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm
It looks
excited
dope.
because I like Spider-Man, but it's gonna need to have a good story. It's still like you can swing around New York all you want. That gets boring after like a couple hours. So if the story's not up to par, if there aren't good villains, good missions, then it's gonna be all for naught. The game looks great. I just want it to play great and have like I want it to be memorable.
Yeah, same.
Anything less than that with the quality of MCU, I'll be disappointed.
Also,
Looking at
teasing it in
FarCry
Game
5.
Informer. I mean, does anyone have a Game Informer subscription?
I do only because of
It comes
what do you
with the
call it?
GameStop.
Yeah, it comes with the power up reward. So
I remember when I
okay.
I am
last time I went there,
so sorry.
I was like, wait, don't I get like free Game Informer issues? Because I've been a fucking GameStop. I haven't had
and
one
they
for a
were
while.
They were like,
Yeah, and then they were like, we
They
don't
still
even know.
exist?
We were like, we don't even know if Game Informer prints anymore. And I was just like,
nah, they still
Okay.
print. You still get you can opt for digital, but I still go physical.
yeah.
It's okay.
I think I get them in my
Upload
email.
anymore soon.
I mean, to be honest with you, they're so pitiful that they're pretty much not worth it, even for free. Like,
Yeah.
literally, like once you flip through it, you're like, I wish I had my time back.
The issues are definitely thinner than they used to be. There's less.
Dude.
There's really not much left in them.
I
anymore.
really used to love. I used to enjoy like gaming magazines. And
Oh, God,
shit like
yes.
that,
Oh
dude.
man,
they
I
used to be
used to-
so
Nintendo
good.
Power,
Dude, you remember?
EGM.
we need demo discs back, dude.
Yeah.
Like
remember
Edge is
when
like the
fucking-
last like big one besides Game Informer, but like I feel like Edge kind of has a bigger reputation going for it still.
No, fuck all that. You guys remember like when you used to get the GameSpot magazines? Those fuckers were like that thick. Every issue was like a fucking graphic novel length thick.
Yeah.
And not only that, but whatever like RPG or game came out recently, they would have like a full fucking strategy guide across like two magazines.
Back
crazy.
pages were all
Old
cheat
school.
codes.
Yeah, and then
Remember that?
like you always had like the quizzes and shit. Like I don't know,
Dude,
man.
old
Like,
school Nintendo Power.
I
I
miss
love
all-
Nintendo Power.
I miss all print magazines sometimes. But that's just me.
Remember,
it's
like
just-
getting
there
the
was a different
PlayStation
era,
magazine?
man.
Dude, getting the PlayStation magazine, it would have like the demo disc in it.
Yeah, those dude.
Great.
Fucking Maximum PC, Computer
Yep.
Shopper,
Mhm.
like all of
Mhm.
those kinds. Like the fucking
They're all ads
like
now.
the
If you get a
hipster-
magazine
the
now, they're
hipster
all
ads,
ads.
Does
like
Barnes and
Nymon and stuff
Noble-
like that.
Does Barnes and Noble even still have like a section anymore for magazines?
No,
yeah, magazines are still a thing. I don't know if Barnes and Noble has a section. I always
Barnes
got
and Noble
one
does.
magazine
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like,
Barnes and Noble does. I was thinking a Hot Topic for some reason.
I used to work at Barnes and Noble.
you know, Barnes
Alternative
and Noble, Hot
press.
Topic, they're-
That's
they're
what I was trying to
easily-
think of.
They're easily interchangeable.
Yeah,
Easily,
Look,
like, mistake
Listen,
one.
I used to work at Barnes and
Logo,
Noble.
you
I
used
would
to
get
buy
a
alternative
discount,
press.
and I would buy
I can tell.
like Otaku USA because
Oh,
I'm a
God.
weeb.
Otaku USA.
nowadays
I'm a
all I
weeb.
do is pay for texture.
When I was
I
a little
paid.
kid,
I used to pay for texture, and I just canceled it like a month ago.
I
I don't read
I don't
it.
pay for it. Yeah, I don't pay for it all the time, but like I'll pay for it every now and then. Like if I'm feeling magazines.
Yeah, dude, that's a different era, man.
Yeah.
Mags, dude. I used to get so many mags all day.
I would usually get mine like I would go grocery shopping with my parents, and I didn't want
Run
to walk
off.
down the aisle, so they would let me go like grab the magazine and sit down and read it. So I'd
Yeah.
always grab like 2-3 magazines, and then I would always end up like picking GameSpot up and be like, "Hey, can I have this one?" Because like I said, it always had like the most useful information in it.
They were always the
Back
most
when you were,
expensive magazine as
Yeah.
well. The gaming
Yeah.
ones. They were like
But
$8,
you were
$9
always-
bucks.
You were still like hyped every single
Yeah.
month for like that new issue because you knew what was coming out, and you would actually be. We had the attention span to be able to be hyped for a month.
But
Yeah.
now we got the internet.
Yeah,
We
now
got
you don't
constant flow of news all the time, constant
Yo,
flow of release dates. If we want
Yeah.
a strategy guide, we got 50,000 web pages. We
need.
got
Before
to
the game even comes out, they'll have a fucking strategy.
by
Yeah.
the time the magazine comes out, everything in it is completely outdated.
yeah. I mean, shit. We do a fucking weekly podcast where we pick news topics, and we had to bump up the day we released it because our news was irrelevant by the time it came out.
True.
Like magazines just don't happen anymore. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like you
very
can't do
true.
a magazine
Unless
anymore.
we could predict the fucking future, there's just no magazine industry.
Print media in general, newspapers, magazines, like they're all gonna die out
Yeah, but it's-
probably in the next 20 years.
I would say the next
especially
5.
really- yeah,
I don't know about that. Old people still like their newspapers.
Yeah, but they got about 5 years left.
And it's hey, dude, if
not with modern
even
medicine.
if they're
I was
buying
about to
it, still, if you're not making a profit, it's gone.
I was about to say Wayne has like some super secret like plan that he's about to enact in 5 years. He's like, nope, they got 5 years left.
I'm not
They got,
Why do you
they
think
got
it's
about
magazine?
15,020 days left.
Dude, why do you think that?
It's not like I have a fucking clock back here that's counting down constantly to something that's going to happen.
All right, next story. Man found bound and shot to death after trying to buy a PlayStation. New Jersey man, you said this is from Hamilton, New Jersey. Wanted to buy a PlayStation for his kid brother. He was bound and shot by the creep selling him the console, authorities says. Danny
All right.
Diaz Delgado, 20-something, offering up a used Sony PS4 on Facebook's marketplace, went to meet the seller on March 23rd. His mom told him he told his mom he'd be gone for an hour, but his body was found the next day, face down on the bank of a Hamilton Creek with multiple gunshot wounds in his head, torso, and legs. His hands were tied behind his back with electrical cord, and a pink duct tape was wrapped around his face. And that is what happened. And the guy that killed him, his name is Rufus Thompson. And he just popped him for a fucking how much money would that be?
Like
got-
not
even-
over
he got- he got his-
$200.
He got his debit card and made him like give him his PIN, and I think he took out like $1,000 on 3 different transactions of like 250, 500, 250.
Yeah.
But like, common sense says if you're ever going to meet somebody on the internet to buy something from them, whether it be through Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Backpage, I don't know, I have no idea. That's probably all sex. Just you meet them in
You be acting
person.
like you don't use Backpage.
I only know because it's
Backpage.
Oh, Backpage,
I don't know about it. Yeah,
This must be
I just know it
sex.
exists.
I don't even know what
What's
Backpage
that?
is. How do you spell Backpage?
Go ahead and
Anyway, common sense says you meet them at like a heavily public place. Like, I'm pretty certain if this guy had met him like at a Walmart filled with people, like he wouldn't have had a gun pulled on him.
Well, first of all, Walmarts still aren't safe because fucking crimes happen in Walmart parking lots all the time because they're so packed and like nobody will know what happened before.
You have to go
Don't
to
do it in the parking lot. You do it like right at the front door.
do it at like the food court or something. But yeah, that's what I was going to say when I was trying to interject earlier. Like, if you're meeting people like off of Craigslist or fucking Facebook meetup or whatever, you always meet them in a fucking public place. You don't meet if they're like, hey, come over to my house. No, fuck that. I'll
Dude.
come over to your house. Fuck you. You know, you meet them somewhere where there's going to be a lot of people.
I bought one of my racing wheels off of Craigslist, and I had the dude meet me at my house. And the dude that came,
Oh, man.
it was two dudes, and they were 12 and 11 years old. And I remember haggling them down to a very, very low price. And I remember them being very, very happy that they had. I mean, that was probably like $1,000 to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they came up
But-
and we,
Racing wheels.
Even then,
I'm still confused. By
no,
the-
like a gaming racing wheel, not like
Okay.
not like for
You
a
know-
car.
you know,
then they
Wayne
called
offered
the
them some
police and
candy.
said this weird man invited them to their house.
And I actually brought them inside my house,
Oh, God.
upstairs, and had them watch me try this racing wheel so it fucking worked before I gave them the money. And we
Mommy,
actually chatted.
mommy, he showed me his bedroom.
But
Oh.
that said, even then, I knew their age. I knew their age, and I knew like it probably wasn't a good
Dude, their
idea.
age.
I knew
You are not helping yourself right now.
I knew it probably wasn't a good idea, but you know, I could have easily murdered
But
those
I
kids.
pissed on them anyway.
I could have easily murdered those
Kelly.
kids, and they came right upstairs, dude. No, I didn't murder them, and I gave them some money, and they were happy about it.
And some candy.
To this day, I will say it was probably my favorite Craigslist transaction that I've made.
Yeah. Okay.
Moving on. Yeah, so don't go to people's apartments and watch them. Don't go to people's
Jerk
apartments.
off. I mean,
Yes.
test the racing wheel.
If they ask you to test their fucking wheel
Oh
out,
my God.
just say, "Hey, dude, it works." Moving on. Shadow War removing microtransactions. Oh, I forgot this was a game that actually
Yeah,
existed.
right? This
I
is
didn't
why
even
they
look
removed
at this game.
This
microtransactions.
is not even fucking
They're-
news.
They're trying to just say, hey, we're doing good things. Buy our game because we didn't sell enough in the first place.
Yeah.
Because
Dude, we called it. They weren't going to sell a lot of this game. We called it. They weren't going to sell a lot of this game.
Yeah, we did because they were so fucking scummy. Even not only with their microtransactions, which were terrible, but also that charity bullshit that they were doing for that guy who died, like their death that died during production.
Yeah.
And they were gonna do it for his family, but it was so fucking scummy that when Total Biscuit looked at it and talked about it, like it just looked like another scam.
Yeah. Bullshit. Moving
Wow.
on. God of War file size revealed.
Hey,
44.6 gigabytes.
It's
I'm
actually
happy to
not
see that.
bad. Yeah, that's not that bad. I thought it'd be a lot bigger than that.
That's
Well,
pretty
Show
big.
that to the kids.
to give you perspective, Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition is about 50 gigs. So
Yeah.
Is this game of the year?
we literally
This game of
compare
the year.
everything to Witcher 3.
I mean,
All I know
how can
is-
you not? How
I
can
mean,
you
Far
not?
Cry,
I'm-
Far Cry 5's only like 26 in comparison, so it's
Well,
a shit game.
It's about half as good as Witcher 3, so that just puts it.
You don't want to know
perfect
Final
comparison.
Fantasy 15s. It's like, God, like 80 something maybe. It's huge. I hate it.
But that's too big. You see?
Yeah, that's bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unlike
it's
Witcher 3.
extreme. bro.
But I
We're
can't wait.
looking for
looking-
that perfect game, not the underweight game or the obese game.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
the obese game. But
I'm
yeah,
looking
I
very
can't
forward.
wait for this fucking game.
Yeah, this is April 20th is
Yep.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks away from Friday. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
All right.
I really am.
A package containing a mysterious purple egg teases Spyro Trilogy remaster.
They just need to announce this goddamn thing already. Just stop doing this, Activision. Just announce the goddamn thing.
I am not interested in Spyro.
Really?
I love Spyro. I one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games.
Dude, I played Spyro. I feel like I played Spyro when I was like 5. Is
I was a
that-
little bit older.
How?
so-
I don't think 5, because I mean,
I just turned 30, so I was probably a little older than you. So I enjoyed it a little bit more, I guess.
play like what, like 1997 or 97 maybe was the first Spyro. So 7 years.
I
old?
just remember being like so young playing that game.
But we also played it in college and did a complete 100%
enjoy
play, and it's I mean, it aged probably not as well as it could have because it's a PlayStation 1 game.
I didn't do all that,
I mean-
but I mean,
but
if
you're
they come
pumped.
out with-
You're pumped for a Spyro Trilogy remaster.
I like Spyro more than I like Crash Bandicoot, and I enjoyed
Yeah.
the Crash Bandicoot remaster. So
Yeah, I mean, if it's a trilogy where it's like they have them all in one pack and they're not going to try to drag it out.
For $40? Yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
$20.
Yeah, it's not gonna go for
Yeah,
20,
it'll $20-$30. That's a definite.
30, like I think is
It's
the
gonna be
lowest
$60.
that I have.
$60
No,
bucks. I'm
it's
calling
not.
it.
Crash
If it's
only went for
60, I'm
40.
not buying that shit.
Yeah, Crash only went for 40, right?
Was Crash a trilogy?
It was a
remaster?
trilogy, yes.
Oh. All right, so
1, 2, and 3.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Shut
I might wait. I
down.
might wait for the no life review on that one before I pick that one up. The Doobie no life review.
You'll get it.
Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z remaining DLC data mined. Look at this fucking Vegeta.
It's
Model.
a silly picture.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's kind of weird. I get some of it. So it's Zamasu fused version, Vegito Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, the blue one. So that's from the Goku Black arc. And out of those two, like Vegito is great. I love the design of Vegeta to begin with, so I'm cool with that.
Is he the
Base
Italian version of Vegeta?
He's the fused,
Yeah.
form. He's the fused form of Goku and Vegeta.
The Italian.
Cheeto.
He's the Italian version.
Yeah, the Italian version.
He's the
Hey, it's a
fucking-
Vegito,
Hey, it's a
Vegito,
Vegito.
Mamadito,
he's-
Super Saiyan
he's
Goku,
the
Super
Cheeto.
Saiyan.
Okay, he's the Cheeto from
the
the
Cheeto.
Black Ark or what?
The Cheeto.
From the
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Then you get Goku base and Vegeta base, which is the Saiyan saga, like the old school
So that's
over
their that's
9,000 Scouter. Yeah,
that's their normal form.
yeah.
You
So
wanna
that's
see-
going back to old school, and I mean, I already like I'm okay with that because they're gonna have moves that the current Goku and Vegetas don't have. And then you have Android 17 and a new version of Cooler, and I don't really like. I already see how the other two kind of fit in because they're gonna release them in packs of 2. Broly and Bardock were movie characters. Zamasu, Vegito, those are from one arc. Goku and Vegeta from the old school arc. But why 17 and Cooler? I don't really get that one.
You know what's crazy? I'm looking at these thumbnails down here, and they got nothing to do with the DLC from as far as I can see.
Oh, dude, they never have anything to do with
They're
the
just
DLC.
fucking
They're just
random.
pictures.
They're just random thumbnails. Like
Yeah,
I looked
welcome-
in here, I was like,
welcome-
"Oh shit,
welcome
man!
to
They
the
data
sunset.
mine like crazy. I guess they got some gameplay from data mining." And then,
No.
and
No,
then
they
I
didn't.
look down here, and it's just like fucking Napa screenshots. It's like, what the fuck is this shit?
No, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that last set of 2. I liked Android 17 in the Super anime. Like that was probably the best part of the last arc. But Cooler, like Frieza's brother, yeah, that's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you would imagine that Frieza's the more ultimate one anyway because he's frozen, and the
Yeah.
other dude's just cool or
You get Metal Cooler.
he's cooler than you. That's about it. Frieza's frozen.
Now,
so-
now that's just cold.
Mm.
All right. Twitch is laying offs happening now. Morale at all-time low. That's what happens when you lay people off. The morale follows suit.
Now.
25
Welcome to
over
corporate
20
America.
over 25 people were laid off from the company yesterday. Twitch layoffs mostly impact the company's community and marketing teams. The company line behind the decision was that they had overhired and had to adjust, which I believe is true. I believe that's true.
They let people go who had been with the company for a long time, probably because they could get cheaper people.
Yeah.
And that's
100%.
corporate America. That's just how corporate works, and that's what happens when you sell to a big company.
Yep. They
Yep,
got to
that's
slim it
capitalism.
down. They just got to, you come in with corporate and they're going to say, you know what, we can save a lot more money by chopping these dudes out of here, slimming down these the community and marketing teams, because how much does Twitch need to market? You know what I mean? It's in the gaming streaming space, it's like YouTube. It's just a dominant force. You don't really need to market Twitch.
They just had Drake on, like playing.
That's all the marketing they ever need.
Yeah, they had some of their highest numbers they've ever had. So they're living off that high right now.
Yeah, their content creators are the marketers. That's how it is. So why have a marketing team? Slim it down. Same with the community section, I guess. So it kind of makes sense. But you're gonna hurt the morale of the company, and you're gonna get worse performance, and that's what happens. Are they gonna increase the pay of some of these people? Probably not. You know. And it just makes like everyone that works there on edge. And this is how you get leaks, and this is how allegations start popping up. This is, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we started hearing sexual harassment allegations coming out of Twitch, and it's you know, abusive environment or something like that. Guarantee that's going to be coming down the pipeline. So that's it for our gaming portion of the show. Make sure you hit us up at nolife.digital and listen in tomorrow for our tech portion of the show. Make sure you follow us at Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.